Thursday Thunder. Adrian, oh fuck. It's Scott. How are you, Scott?
Good, Kim, yourself?
Good. Adrian's in Japan. Have you been following his adventures in Japan?
Yeah, he's getting around a bit.
He put up a list yesterday of what he's eaten so far.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, so he'd been there, it was day 3 and he put up a list of all the shit he's eaten. And the one that stuck out to me most was an octopus.
I did see his mate eating that actually.
Yeah. Apparently it was an octopus and he had an egg on top.
Yeah, it was filled with quail eggs, I think.
Was it?
Yeah, I think that's what he said on his video.
Then he had Wagyu beef for breakfast.
Interesting.
Yeah. Apparently that cost $160. So, yeah. Check out Adrian Musso on Instagram. He's been putting up all his posts. So he's now at day 4. Yeah.
Yep.
Day 4 in Japan. What's been happening with you, Scott? How's your training?
Yeah, training's good.
Yeah?
Very good, yeah. Just finished a fairly high volume block, so moving into a bit of a strength phase now.
How long do your blocks last for? Like a training block will last for?
2 to 4 weeks. Do fairly short cycles of strength to volume. Just keep it interesting.
When you go for volume though, do you still track what you're doing and still try to beat numbers even in the volume? Yeah. So progressive overload all the time?
Yeah, always progressively.
Yep, regardless of what it is? Yep. All right, cool. Yeah, my training's going all right.
How's the injuries?
Yeah, I've got a little bit of a shoulder. It's not a shoulder problem, it's a muscle problem that runs up the back of my neck. You know how sometimes you wake up in the morning and you might have trouble turning your neck?
Yeah.
Sort of like that, but this doesn't stop me from functioning. Like I can function now properly, but if I lift my arm up now and put pressure on it, I can feel it going up the back of my head. Yep. Doesn't stop me training, but it's there in the background as an annoyance.
Just something to be aware of.
It's something that is sort of there reminding me. I don't know if it's reminding me and saying, hey, I'm here, and at any second I can turn into something serious. Because I've had it for a few weeks now, and I just can't seem to. And I'm going to have to just. It's more aggravated with back sort of posterior workouts, upright rows, and even bent over rows. It doesn't bother me when I'm training, but then the next day I'll feel it worse. So, apart from that, everything's going really good. While Adrian's away, I'm just doing a 4-week block, and I suppose I'd call it a deload. I'm not going too crazy. No.
Doing anything different split-wise? Or?
No. Still one of. I just picked up one of our old splits that we hadn't done for a while. But I'm not going to go. I'm going to keep the volume fairly high and try to beat those numbers each week as I progress. But they're not really to what I'd say absolute failure. Just maybe try and let some of these niggles go away, because I know Adrian's going to come back all gung-ho and want to go full on, so maybe let the body recover a little bit.
Getting close to prep time by the time he gets back. So.
That's right. In just quick news in what's happening around in the shops, we've got nothing new really to report on this week, except just normal stock top-ups. We're a bit low on InstaHo. We've had a massive run on that, 13 Lives InstaHo, but stocks will be in again early next week. I spoke about Magic Nutrition. That will be in next week. By this time next week, we will be. I'll be able to talk about it. So we will be getting in the Magic Whey, the Magic Pre, and the Magic Burn, which is their aminos, which is their fat burner. They're releasing at the Arnold Classic. In 2 weeks' time, they're releasing the Magic Aminos, which is Magic Nutrition, Mike Pearson's brand. So it's the Magic Aminos will be released at the Arnold Classic, and I'm sure then as retailers we will be able to access that. In other terms, I just want to talk about in Supp news is the differences between collagen protein and whey protein. It seems to be that every supplement company at the moment is hopping on the bandwagon of collagen protein. Now, there's a number of studies have come out now actually comparing the two, and whey protein is still coming out the winner in all. But there are benefits to collagen protein, which I can even attest to. You don't need a lot of collagen protein is one of the benefits. A 15-gram serve will deliver all the benefits compared to maybe a 30-gram serve of whey protein. But the main difference is that collagen protein, if you've got tendon problems and things like that, collagen protein is really good for that. I had a really dodgy left bicep tendonitis, which I had it for months. I had massage therapy on it, and it would help a little bit. But really, in all honesty, until I went on to ATP suggested that I go and utilise collagen protein, I took 2 serves of collagen protein a day religiously for a month, and it got rid of the tendonitis. Yeah. So if you've got tendonitis, even elbow tendonitis, wrist, etc., give it a go, because collagen will actually regenerate tendons, strengthens tendons. So it's a good benefit of that. I still utilise whey protein.
Post-workout.
Yeah, post-workout. I actually put a scoop of collagen with my whey to keep that collagen protein up. But I think the benefits of whey protein for muscle recovery and muscle growth are still superior to whey protein. The immune boosting and health benefits are superior over collagen protein. I think the taste and texture is superior over collagen protein.
Yeah.
But then
watery sort of texture.
It's a very watery texture. So if you put it into water, it tastes like, like this is a vanilla banana flavour. It tastes like banana water. Yep. The flavours in collagen protein aren't really intense. They're a lot watered down, I suppose, is the best way to describe it. But the fruit flavours in collagen protein, then in cold water, are magnificent. So the pros and cons of both, but I think for muscle building and muscle growth, I personally think, and the studies have shown that whey protein is still superior. But of course, if you are lactose or dairy intolerant, then something like collagen protein is. We've only got a choice basically of plant-based or collagen-based protein. Yeah. If I had a choice between plant and collagen, I would most probably favour collagen just for the healing benefits. Yeah. That's it. Sup talk. In news, it was a massive news yesterday came out of America.
Yeah, with the Arnold Classic being postponed.
Yeah, well, not the contest as such, but the Arnold Classic Expo, has been cancelled.
Yeah.
And this is like 2 days out from the Expo.
Yeah.
Was cancelled. And all the companies were there, all the companies had set all their staff there, they're all flying in, all their booths are there. So the expense companies have gone to already, and with 2 days notice they pull the pin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All because of the coronavirus.
All because of the coronavirus. Now what's happening is that all the events, the bodybuilding events, the strongman, the amateur shows, bodybuilding shows, and the pro shows are going to be run without an audience for the pre-judging during the day. And all the other amateur bodybuilding shows are completely going to be run without an audience.
Well, the amateur show is still a 50-50 chance of actually running.
Really? Is it the latest?
Yeah.
Because I also heard that there was 3 or 4 Korean competitors that came over who have been refused to
They were
compete.
amateur competitors?
Amateur competitors, yeah. Because of Korea has the second biggest outbreak of coronavirus outside China.
Yep.
And so those competitors were even told, no, you can't compete. Now, can't you screen them? I don't know. But the pro show and the strongman are being run, and the finals are being run then on the nights, and the audience is allowed to come and see them.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. But what you've heard that the amateur shows mightn't even go ahead.
Yeah, so this morning they put out a press release that that was only a 50-50 chance of it actually going ahead with the amateur shows.
It's crazy.
Yeah, imagine being a competitor and prepping for 20, 25 weeks, whatever it is, and you get 2 days out from a show and all of a sudden
and you'd most probably be there in America already. Most of those high-level amateur competitors
are travelling in from...
They come in 5-6 days before the show to acclimatise and then to carb up while they're there in America. It's crazy. This is really getting out of control, isn't it? Especially here in Australia with our toilet paper situation. I mean, the best thing out of this whole toilet paper situation is the memes.
I've seen some beauties there.
Yeah, there's some beauties coming out. But yeah, it's crazy. I betcha Tony Doherty is still going like this a little bit. Yeah. Even though he announced pretty well straight away that the Arnold Classic Australia is still going. And look, the Arnold Classic Australia is most probably 95% local competitors. It's not like the Arnold Classic USA is an international event. Competitors come from all over the world to compete in that. In Australia, it's mainly 90 to 95% local. And competitors now from Iran obviously can't come into Australia regardless because of the virus, and a few other countries. So most of the international competitors who did come came in from the Middle East, and they can't come in now anyway.
A lot of the guys from like Kuwait and that sort of stuff used to come in.
That's right.
And that's where Ahmed Ashkenani won his pro card a couple of years ago. So.
That was when, our Jason Bednar's competed in that show with Ashkenani, and now he's competing on the Olympia level. But it was interesting because then they started. I said it, and a few people said that the Arnold Classic Australia is going ahead. If the Australian Grand Prix is going ahead, they can't cancel the Arnold Classic Australia.
You wouldn't think so.
But then yesterday, talk came out of Melbourne that the Grand Prix might be cancelled.
I hadn't heard that.
But then immediately the head of the Formula One Association made a statement saying any country that cancels the Grand Prix will lose it forever. Real blanket statement saying, one, if the countries refuse any teams or any team people coming into the country for the Formula One, or if they cancel the race itself, they will never ever get it again. And think about it, the Grand Prix pulls in about 200,000, I think about 150 to 200,000 people for the event, and thousands would fly from overseas.
That's a lot of revenue to bring into a country.
That's right. So I think the Arnold Classic Australia is safe.
I'd say so.
Unless Arnold himself pulls the pin, but I can't see him doing that.
Well, I was listening to the Real Bodybuilding podcast just before with Fuad and Steve Cooklow was on it, and Steve Cooklow said that he wasn't going to risk coming out here for the Arnold purely because of the coronavirus.
So Steve Cooklow officially pulled out of the Arnold Australia?
Yeah, he said he's not interested in flying out here purely because of that.
See, that's interesting because you sign a contract to compete in these pro shows. Now, the contracts, as far as I know, the only out they have on them is serious injury or something like that. I think they include like a death in the family or something like that, but mainly it's a serious injury or illness that you can pull out. Now, I don't know if Tony would accept that as a reason for pulling out. Apparently, if you break an IFBB contract to compete in a show that's not deemed a valid reason to, then you get suspended.
That'd be interesting to see what happens with that then.
Well, there you go. That's a scoop I didn't even know about. Interesting. All right, before we finish off, there's one other interesting thing that I'll just quickly talk about, and you caught your eye on this as well, was about wearing headphones, and especially when you're going for a big lift or a PB. And I saw an interesting study. I don't know how valid this study was, but they reckon that taking your headphones out will improve that lift rather than keeping them in.
Right. What's the basis around that?
The basis around that is that you've got all this noise inside your head when you should be concentrating 100% on the lift.
Right.
2, you'll get more, I don't know, encouragement from those around you and your spotter screaming at you to do the lift. But I think the main premise was that this noise in your head is actually a distraction and not a benefit. Like a lot of people say, I put it on to lock everyone out and to focus, whereas they found that it was opposite.
Okay, right. I suppose there's a basis to that, because I mean, you can't have music in your ears when you're doing a powerlifting comp. And some people pretty much always do their best lifts on a competition.
When have you noticed a powerlifter or a strongman training and they've got headphones in? Hardly ever.
Yeah, no.
Hardly ever.
No.
If you think about that now.
I mean, they always have like loud music going on.
Yeah, but they won't actually have headphones on or earbuds. Yeah. So the way I look at it is, all right, well, these guys aren't lifting. Olympic lifters, everyone, none of them I've ever seen them. I've seen lots of training videos and footage on Olympic lifters, and I haven't seen them with headphones in them. You know, someone is going to send me a picture of an Olympic lifter training with headphones on now. But no, I thought that was interesting. That's it? You got anything else?
No, I think that's it.
We're done? Thanks, Scott, for coming in, because otherwise I feel like a total knob if I stand in front of the camera by myself.
Anytime.
Even though I did all the viewing. Thanks everyone for tuning in. As always, this episode is brought to you by Australian Muscle The Gym and Australian Muscle Stores and Australian Muscle Online with free Australia-wide delivery.
All right. I didn't know that line.
Next time, you know that now.
I know that one.
So, free Australia-wide delivery. Check out Australian Muscle Online. There's some good clearance specials going on. We've always got clearance specials on stock, either discontinued or slightly or going out of date products. Always going really, really cheap, in-store and online, and those still also have free Australia-wide delivery. If you've got any questions, hit us up on social media. We'll try and answer them up. But I think the next week will be interesting. Obviously, next week, if you want to come in again, Scott, we'll analyse the Arnold Classic. We'll have those results. And see what it was like with them competing in front of an empty audience. Thanks guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you next week. See ya.